Well, hello matey and matettes, Sale Robertson here. In this video we're gonna find out the 5 ways to nail a job interview. These are more, not like answer question type of thing. These are actually things that you can do to prepare, to make sure you're more comfortable, to make sure to make sure you're ready. Without further ado, number 1 is before you go to any job interview, make sure you do the research. Make sure you go on the company website. Make sure you read the frequently asked questions. Make sure you read some of the reviews. Anything you could find, information about it on the internet, on Facebook, whatever it is, make sure you do the due diligence. I mean, it's always good to be prepared and know what you're getting yourself into to begin with, but more importantly, to actually be able to be comfortable and relate to the person that's interviewing you. Then that's number 1. So make sure you do your research and your background and your due diligence. Number two basically is first impression. Now, first impression doesn't mean it's to the person you're interviewing. It means all around. So basically, it's when you enter into the radius or the vicinity of that company. So for example, it could be right outside. Maybe there was an employee walking by. It could be in the foyer. It could be in the lobby. It could be the receptionist. Anybody that you think you can or may encounter, make sure you put your best foot forward, because all that makes sense, being memorable. I mean, if you had said good morning to the reception, even walked in without knowing the reception and brought her a coffee, you don't think in the passing she's going to be like, or he's going to be like, hey, this guy brought me a coffee. What a great guy. So basically, impression, be impressionable, be remembered. Always smile. It's not one-on-one with the interviewer. It's basically the whole atmosphere around you. Make an impression, make a good one. That's number 2. Can't make this shit up. Number 3 is like a stakeout. It's basically, when the cops are waiting outside for the robbers, this and that. Not to that extent, but basically what it is to be familiar with the surrounding. What I do before I go to any company is actually I walk around the block. I show up sometimes 2 hours early if it's, in the afternoon. I'd have lunch in a restaurant near the place, ask a couple questions, chat with the vendors if there's a vendor around, just, find things around, things that stick out. Those kind of things would kind of help you relate to the person you're interviewing. Like, for example, if he's telling you, oh, you're talking about lunch, you'd be like, well, you know what? I know this place there. Maybe he knows the server. Maybe he knows the bartender. All of a sudden, you related. So the stakeout is very important, and it's number 3. Come early, have a look around, meet the people, see the restaurant, see what's hip, read the reviews. Number 4 is the most important. Number 4 is the mirror effect. If the person interviewing you is an outgoing guy, he likes to sit laid back, don't go as far as him. It is his office or her office. Just be comfortable. If they're leaning forward, you lean forward. If they're, sitting back, sitting up, make sure you sit back and you sit up. The mirror effect is very, very important. And humans, without knowing it, they feel that kind of effect. So that was number 4. Number 5, who do you think knows best about you? You. In the end, this is still a deal. You gotta close the deal. There's no one else that knows you more than you. Close the deal. You know more about you than anybody else. So sell yourself and close the deal. Follow those 5 steps. I guarantee you'll be a lot more prepared and feeling a lot more confident when you leave. When you know all those.